Hey guys, Night here, and the next video I had planned wasn't going to be a commentary. You were actually going to get a completely different video, but before I could sit down and script that one, we had a bunch of guys in the backyard working on our fence, and we somehow lost our internet connection. I was frustrated at first, but then I started to go through my folders and realized I had a video I wanted to cover in future, so I figured why not do that while I wait for the connection to be restored. Now, you might be saying, well, if your connection is out, does that mean you're going to do your entire commentary unscripted? No, I am not. I learned my lesson about unscripted commentaries, I think back in 2017 or 2016. I wrote the script for this video on my computer's notepad. Also, I've been tinkering with my mic a bit, so hopefully the audio will sound better than it did last video. But yeah, just wanted to give you guys a bit of context about what's going on here, and I hope you enjoy the video. Greetings, viewers! Night here, bringing you another commentary. And don't worry, I will in no way, shape, or form mention Pokemon. Wait a minute. Oh, fuck! Dragon Ball Z! I grew up with it, you grew up with it, at least I hope you did, since that's the subject of today's video. The video in question is from CBR, a countdown channel in the same vein as Watch Mojo. They did a video counting down some of the strongest and weakest members of the Frieza Force in Dragon Ball Z. The list is mostly fine, but I took exception to 2 spots on their list. Now with all the explanations out of the way, let's start the video.
Over there yet? No! Over there yet? No! Over there yet? No! Over there yet? No!
Pretty much all you need to know about the strength of the Red Ribbon Army is that Goku completely wiped it out. Yes, Goku single-handedly defeated an entire army, and we're not even talking about Goku at the height of his power. This isn't even Super Saiyan Goku. This is before he even knew that he was a Saiyan, back when he was just a weird little kid with a tail.
And you know, the whole Red Ribbon Army saga was in Dragon Ball, the series that came before Dragon Ball Z. This won't be the last time CBR shoehorns Dragon Ball characters onto their list either.
He's been pummeling bad guys since day one, but to defeat an entire army just goes to show that the army wasn't exactly the best. According to Bulma, the Red Ribbon Army was so mighty that even the military couldn't take it down, but Goku proved that to be completely false. While young Goku struggled with keeping up with characters like Mercenary Tao,
who was more hired hell because Commander Red determined that none of his agents could match Goku in terms of physical strength and skill despite being a child, and therefore Tao technically wasn't a member of the organization.
He made demolishing the Red Ribbon Army base look easy. Even when Staff Officer Black summons a giant mech robot, Goku still has no trouble defeating him. If only he'd taken that time to install a parachute in his battle jacket. Although technically it was the Black Ribbon Army at that point. Black had deposed of Commander Red.
Now, while that's true, I feel the need to bring up your footage. It isn't from the siege Goku laid on the Red Ribbon base. It's when he was in Muscle Tower, which was commanded by General White, who you show getting injured by Goku simply because Goku kicked him in the shin. It's not like you couldn't use the scene of Black shooting Red either, since that's been on YouTube since forever ago. Also, when you talk about Black fighting Goku using his mech suit, you show Goku fighting Major Metallatron, an android. This tells me you couldn't find footage for these scenes, or didn't even bother to look. You want your viewers to take you as some sort of authority on Dragon Ball, but this video just makes it look like you don't know what you're talking about when it comes to Dragon Ball's third major arc.
Okay, let's give a little bit of credit where it's due. Fighting against the members of the Red Ribbon Army who were also after the Dragon Balls was a great mission for a very young Goku who had only recently left the home he once shared with Grandpa Gohan. This group of soldiers had a devastating effect on average humans in the Dragon Ball universe. But as we know, the average human just isn't that strong. No offense, Krillin. The bar is just set higher here, and the Red Ribbon Army was brought down by Goku with him barely breaking a sweat.
Well, I know that isn't true. Since General Blue was pretty much the only threat Goku faced from the Red Ribbon Army, who were Red hired Mercenary Tao to kill him. You see, General Blue has psychic abilities, and as strong and resourceful as Goku was at the time, he had no way to counter such powers. In fact, the only reason Goku survived all his fights with Blue was through luck. Mouse scared Blue before he was going to shoot Goku in the head, launched a disposable bomb that Blue had left at the Kame House, after he'd stolen Goku's Dragon Balls, and already headbutted Blue over the horizon when Blue and Goku were in Penguin Village. Even though he was human, Blue was still a serious threat. There's something else I want to address, but I'm saving that for final thoughts.
Over there yet? No. Over there yet? No. Over there yet? No. Over there yet? No. Over there yet? Yes.
Mighty characters like Cooler often command their own forces, and even the weak Red Ribbon Army had a lot of members. And then there's Emperor Pilaf. He pretty much has two people to boss around, and one of them is a dog. Yeah, Pilaf's gang isn't very impressive, to say the least. Not only is he physically weak, but he makes Goku look emotionally intelligent with his constant whining and tantrum throwing. To say Pilaf couldn't handle himself in a fight is a huge understatement.
Someone obviously didn't watch The Magic Begins.
Oh, and did I mention that Emperor Pilaf and crew also aren't very bright? They unleashed the terrifying and cruel Demon King Piccolo upon the world, and assumed this massively powerful lunatic would be grateful and that his attitude would be profitable. So weird that he didn't make Pilaf the ruler of the world.
And the Piccolo arc is basically the last time we ever see Pilaf until Super. Unless you want to count GT, that is. Yeah, Pilaf shows up absolutely nowhere during Dragon Ball Z. There is a filler episode where she flashes back to the Pilaf arc, but that doesn't really count. I'm go straight to final thoughts, but there's something else I want to address first.
Out of all of Frieza's allies, the most comically inept has to be Emperor Pilaf.
Yeah, no. Pilaf and Frieza were never allies. At most, the only connection Pilaf had to Frieza was in the Golden Frieza arc, was when Sorbet found the Frieza gang and forced them to use the Dragon Balls to revive Frieza. That's it. So, final thoughts time. While I could agree about some parts of this list, it was the sections about the Red Ribbon Army and Pilaf that made me want to hit this video. And that's mainly when you know how the Frieza Force operates. It's an intergalactic organization that finds high-quality planets, destroys or enslaves the inhabitants, and sells said planet to the highest bidder. It's also run by a not-so-subtle racist who looks out on species other than his own. While Frieza did offer Nail and Goku to be part of his army, he'd have never truly had any respect for either of them. So it makes zero sense why he'd recruit weak Earthlings like the Red Ribbon Army or Pilaf. And if you want to bring up the abilities of General Blue or Mercenary Tao, the Doria Zarbon and any member of the Ginyu Force can pretty much outclass them. And the tech of Frieza scientists outseeds anything Pilaf or the army could come up with. But on top of all of that, these two enemy forces, Pilaf and the Red Ribbon Army, were primary antagonists in Dragon Ball, which came out way before Toriyama decided he wanted to switch from fantasy, action, adventure to science fiction. It's likely that Toriyama hadn't even thought of introducing characters like Frieza yet, and even if he had, what possible way could these Earthlings have known about Frieza's existence, or even be able to communicate with him? I honestly think the only reason Pilaf and the Red Ribbon Army are on this list is because you ran out of Frieza Force members that you considered weak, so just put them on here and hope no one would correct you. Anyways, with all that said, this is Night Eye saying thanks for watching, and please share your thoughts with me.